Do you struggle with concentrating on a really important task? Now, this could be a really important bit of work for your employers or college or school, university. Maybe you're about to sit an exam. But I'm going to use the example of prayer. And the reason why I'm using example of prayer, it's an important task. It's also one that requires a lot of concentration. And you don't want lots of little bubbles and thoughts and negative things and to-do lists flying in your head at the time when you're praying, because you will be, I just want to concentrate on prayer at the moment. And you can relate this to any other task, any other really important task. And I want you to think about a time, and you may be going through this right now, you're about to sit an exam. You're going to be preparing before, you're going to be studying, you're going to be revising. You're going to be covering areas that will come up in your exam. You're going to go towards the examination room. You're going to open the door. You're going to look for your allocated seat or desk. You're going to see people around you that are standing up to keep an eye on you to make sure you don't cheat. And then you're going to sit down. When you enter that door, you ain't going to have very many thoughts or bubbles popping up thinking, oh man, did I throw the trash out? Oh, did I eat all my breakfast? Oh man, did I walk the dog or did I feed the cat? All of those thoughts kind of stop, because you know what you're about to do is life-changing, is super important, and it's going to make a lot of difference to the outcome. And you want to relate this to prayer, because when you step on, say for an example, a prayer mat, when you step on that prayer mat, you should be prepared for that prayer. So what you want to do is take a few moments before and think about, right, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Not when you step onto the prayer mat and then start saying. Same as if you sit in an examination seat. You're not going to say, right, what am I going to do now? No, you're prepared before. You know what's going to happen. You're going to prep yourself before. You're going to study. So to make sure you cover all those grounds. So you should know when you open that paper, you know what to write. You don't go in and think, I'm just going to wing it on the day, because that's not going to be effective. So you step on that prayer mat, have a few moments before thinking, what am I going to say, in what order? So you've already mapped it out in your head what you're going to say. Then when you step on that prayer mat, what I want you to do, I want you to draw a circle around it. Now this is an imaginary circle. You can, if you want to, if it will help, is actually before you step onto that prayer mat, or even while you're on the prayer mat, get your finger and make an actual circle around that prayer mat. And then I want you to take all these little thoughts and bubbles and to-do lists and tasks, and maybe you want to get the dinner on, or I've got to do something, I've got to throw, I don't know, maybe I've got to do some ironing or something, whatever it may be, and want you to throw it outside of that circle, away from that prayer mat, away from that place that you're trying to concentrate. And then I want you to put up little barriers all around it, imaginary barriers, and don't let no one else come into that barrier. And for that moment, you need to now focus on, right, everything else is not important. Just me focusing on my prayer. But I want you to leave a little portal open where you've made this barrier right in front of you, where you're going to focus. I want you to leave that empty, because that needs to be the focus point that you want to be concentrating on. You can relate this to your exams. When you enter that room, you sit on that desk, you open that paper or that computer screen, and you've just focused on that one point. Everyone else around you, the people sitting next to you, behind you, in front of you, you're not looking at them. You're not concentrating on them. You're looking at that screen to see what questions are coming up. How am I going to answer that? You're also going to be mindful of the people around you that are watching you to say, they're not cheating, are they? Are they concentrating? Okay. And it's the same as prayer. You're being watched, and you want to make sure you get the best marks. You don't want anything going wrong, disturbing it. So you need to make sure you change your mindset to that particular moment. I'm going to focus. Nothing else is important. If it's a task at work, you use the same thought process. You sit on your office desk. You make this invisible barrier around you. If there's lots of post-it notes, for example, different to-do lists, to move them out of the way, cover them up if you need to, and just focus on this one thing and nothing else, that important bit of work, and you just focus on it. Everything else can wait. It will have to wait because this is far too important. You don't want to mess up your prayer, you don't want to mess up your exams, and you don't want to mess up your tasks that you've been given at work, which maybe have a deadline, for instance. So before you go into that moment, get rid of those bubbles and say to yourself, just this is important and nothing else. When you've completed that task, you will feel great that you've not let all these thought bubbles come in. You'll also get a sense of actually an energy that will flow through you. Think, wow, I feel relieved that I've managed to complete that task, that prayer, that exam. And now I can now concentrate. Right, where's those to-do lists? Where are those bubbles? Let me grab them back, put them together, put them in a list form, and then start working on them. Try it. It's not something that will work potentially instantly. It's going to take a little bit of time. I've been doing this for a while, and it took me a good few weeks to actually get that. And every now and then I have to go back to that process and think, right, circle, barriers, concentrate. Everything else can wait because it actually means too much to mess that up.